One of the characterizing definitions of an ideology is that it often bakes half-truths with untruths in order to reshape the collective perception of the past to better control the present. The fascist regime, together with a few other totalitarian dictatorships of the 20th century, has used history, in this case ancient Rome and antiquity, as a tool for propagandistic endeavors, including self-legitimacy. Now, propaganda and historical accuracy only walk together in as far as the documented facts are beneficial to the intended message designed for the manipulation of the masses. The moment, the split second, that is no longer the case, the propagandist ignores, twists, embellishes, or even hides completely the truths in favor of their preconceived machinations. Propaganda, by its very nature, by the way it functions, stands in antithesis to truth-seeking and belongs to the extreme end of the same category where selective bias is. That is because, while often selective bias is subconscious and subliminal, propaganda is a conscious act. Now, the fact that the fascists were trying to connect to ancient Rome is not just a matter of self-legitimacy, as I was saying. It's not just a matter of where we need to justify the sort of expansion and military invasions, for instance, when they went to Africa and all the things that they wanted to do on top of that, and the alliance and allegiances with Germany. They needed to justify all of that. We get that. But it's not the only thing. For instance, in the Ventennio, which would be the 20 years during the fascist regimes, where they would focus on learning and studying of Latin, was done to connect to this even from a linguistic standpoint, and that will bleed into the so-called riforme gentile, as they were trying to focus on the role of the Latin language in order to try and construct an ideological connection not only to ancient Rome, as Latin was considered a language of power, but also an international language and official language of the Holy See. All of this with the final aim of restructuring historical education in school in order to build a common national identity, the fascist national identity, which, as you know, rejected the individual and only considered it as part of a whole: the nation, the government, the party.